right.
Yeah.
All right, go back. I gotta rejoin.
So, with all these gnomes dead, you can tell that Eloane does not approve of this, but heard the
The preamble.
yeah. So you can tell there's some degree of understanding, but it's definitely not to be confused with approval.
I don't approve of them either. I don't know about y'all, but Herthy could use a rest. Treat these a bit banged up. It seems like like we could maybe expend some magic healing our elven charges. And spend the night here, but that's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time.
Says, so the
They're
only
probably
place that
not
we
checking on
haven't-
the jail, though. Go ahead.
The only place that we haven't explored is down here, right?
Yeah, you've been in that room already. You've explored pretty much everything. When you, I assume you searched the all these gnomes.
Oh, of course. I mean, we behead them.
You behead them. So poor
I battered them to our
Fizgit's
tally.
nice.
Yeah, I got it.
When you search poor Fizgit, his robe had 3 stones in him. And, you know, everything else, if he had anything that had been taken away from him. But there were 3 very small stones in an inner pocket of his robe. Treathy, you roll an Arcana check.
Treathy will roll an Arcana check.
Yeah, so these 2 of the stones are an identical pair, and when you're looking at them, you recognize that these are sending stones, and that they can be used to cast the sending spell between one another. The other stone you think is magic, but it's not something you're familiar with. You definitely sense magic on it, but you don't know what it is.
All right. We should give one of the sending stones to Eloane. And one to Nulu, or who? Maybe who? I don't know. Nulu's eyes. So Nulu. And Treathy keeps one and the mystery stone.
What does the sending stone do? Or what does the sending spell do?
So sending stones always come in pairs. They're used to
You
communicate
said there are
with.
3, though, right?
There's 3 stones. 2 of them are
Oh,
sending stones,
2.
and a third you don't know
Got
what
it.
it is.
All right. So
the sending
is a
stones are to
spell
talk-
It's like message at distance, at like
Right.
arbitrary distance.
And
it's
with the
third
stones,
level
you could
spell.
use it to talk to whoever has the other stone.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll give one to Eloane, I think. I mean, we could keep for ourselves, but
I mean, it
we're
might make
not
sense
separated
to
by
have,
that far.
It might make sense for Treathy and Nulu to have one for the invisibility thing.
But she can like message him, like
Oh,
if
yeah.
it's been a long time, and that's just a
Right.
cantrip, right?
Right. Sending stones would only
It-
allow you to talk to Eloane if she's got one.
I know. Like we could
Right.
keep them and have like full duplex on messaging, so Nulu could initiate, and that would be better. but I feel like there's a plot element maybe at play here.
Perhaps for now,
Yeah.
I think Treaty should get one no matter what, and perhaps for now, Eloane could get the other one. And
We'll
then,
want this back.
yeah, once we go our separate ways, then Nulu can grab it.
Yeah. Or we can help her escape, right, with it, and or she can give us a scouting report, right? So there's, anyways. So, and we are resting, is that right?
So you're gonna try to long rest down here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Nulu and Hugni can
Yeah,
do,
I would like to.
pay a little bit less attention to resting and more attention to specifically this doorway, because I think at this point that's the only place that people can come from. I don't see any other doorways or...
Yeah. Like, we could push on, but if there's like another 2 or 3 encounters, I worry about running out of gas. So
Yeah.
I'd rather tank up and
That
a
no
defensible
one took
area.
a little bit more than I think we were expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Those javelins are nuts.
Yeah. Alright, so
Okay.
we're gonna try the long rest here. And we're spending restoration and healing on our charges as we sort of fortify and bed down.
All right, so you want to roll some healing for folks? Nobody lesser rested either of these two, so they're still poisoned, right? Eloane and Sornafane. If you have available slots.
Yeah, so Herthy can cast Lesser Rest twice. It's a second level spell? Yeah, second. I can just upcast it at 3rd or 4th to get him out.
Okay.
Before we take a rest. And so I'll use up some slots, and I won't click the rest button yet.
Okay, yeah, don't click the rest button yet. We're going to be doing a little rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So... So, can somebody roll a d20 8 times?
I'll do 4.
Okay.
You safely spend the night.
All right.
And one point in the middle of the night, you thought you heard growling. One of you got up to investigate, and you think the source is beyond here. You couldn't see it, though. Not from the gate. But you definitely swore you heard growling in the middle of the night at one point. So I'm not going to treat them as PCs. I'm going to heal them up a bit. Whoops.
Yeah. It's fine. We're just being like genuine in our, care of them.
Yep. And so they're looking better this morning. They're definitely no longer foaming at the mouth, looking a little healthier.
So this sort of passageway south of the gate is the next way.
This is where you thought you heard
All right.
growling overnight.
I think we're gonna sneak over. I don't know if we're ready to cast Invis yet, but I think that's the playbook these days.
All right.
Should we get water elemental going? Perhaps? While we have this steady source of water?
I think that's good. Yeah.
Alright.
So the bowl can be used once per day, I think.
Let's see.
The next dawn. So has the sun risen, DM, as we attempt the incantation?
Yeah, I would say it would have.
All right.
But you probably won't get another use out of this.
That's true. We
And
can.
it doesn't disappear until it dies, correct?
It lasts for an hour,
Oh, okay.
which is a long time, right?
It
So we
is.
wouldn't be able. If we short rest, it'll be gone. But I'd say if we play through, probably. It's tough to imagine a sequence of encounters taking more than an hour and then another encounter after that of game time.
To use it, it's like an action, right?
It is, and for us, we could fill up the bowl and carry it with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We could put it on the disc.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So that I don't,
Treat
so
the
that we wouldn't have to worry about it. I mean, and even like if we have to use the create water or like that spell.
That's
we
fine.
Could do that too. But yeah, I say
I
we
think
fill it up.
Filling it up and
on the
putting
fire.
it on the disc seems reasonable. And Elowain can ride too if she wants to rest. With the bowl of water and the trowel.
Whose
How does
ears appear to have grown a little better since.
That's right, because of my ring.
That's right.
And his eye seems to be regenerating. He still can't see out
Is
of
he
it.
aware? Can he speak?
He's like coming on in and out of consciousness, let's say.
Okay. All right.
Elowain is conscious and actually probably could fight to some degree if needed, but is not in good shape. And well, she could fight. She's been through a lot,
Yeah.
emaciated and
Right. If it came to
cetera.
that,
Yep.
we're not asking her to,
Yep.
walk up
So-
front.
We rolled a 1 for the or a 2 for the ring, right? So like tomorrow the drow will be fully restored.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it says a body part, so it could be a body part every
okay.
right?
right,
Like,
right. So,
but you can just story it like he's healing as fast as he could through
Right.
magic, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Full service
full service
concierge,
football
drow
rescue team.
concierge. That's right.
All right, so you head towards the south.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
we're gonna start sneaking out.
Yeah, so tell me about your you just heading out, you just going to send Nulu to scout or
Well, I mean, is Elowain quiet or is she loud? Can she like?
she can be very still. So, she's pretty quiet.
So we advise her that we're going to be stealthy, and if she can't, she should ride the disc.
Yeah. So she'll ride the disc for now.
Okay.
Is the
And-
disc noisy?
It's just floating. It's just this magic floating disc that follows us. So it's like silent, presumably. As long as they don't move, right?
I guess
Right.
so.
So before you move and on this new map here, I'm not even going to bring the others. We'll just pretend they're here.
Yeah, they're just behind us.
So you you get to here and you walk, through a corridor past the prison area to the West Tower, and you recognize that you're in the basement of the West Tower. This goes up to the main keep and up beyond. And you see what you can only surmise is the source of what you had heard last night, what one of you had heard. You can decide which one of you got up and investigated.
Probably Hootney.
Yeah, I think Bugni rolled it. But
There you go. And you see this hulking, massive creature at the base of the stairs, and it appears to be sleeping. And you know this because you hear it snoring.
wow. That is vivid.
I think we're gonna tiptoe up to it. That sounded really good. Treaty and Nulo, anyways, are gonna tiptoe up to it.
Yeah. Can we? I want to scan the floor for like pressure plates or anything.
Yeah. Treaty will
Because this looks
investigate
like
as well.
a suspicious floor.
So you're scanning the floor
As we're tiptoeing
kind of
forward.
going ahead, and you don't notice anything in particular about the floor. You just hear this hulking thing, sort of. It's curled up. Its head is on the first step, and its body is on the floor itself, and it's snoring loudly. So you're gonna try to get around it?
Treaty looks at Nulu.
Is Nulu and Viz, or did you not go that route
No,
this time?
we're we haven't.
You're just
yet. It's odds
so
and ends. We
roll
don't need
stealth checks with advantage.
it. Yeah, we don't need it on our stealth checks, but assist.
Yeah. Holy shit!
She doesn't even have
Alright.
reliable talent.
That's insane. Yeah. So
A crit fails 25.
so your first roll's good. Yeah. It continues to kind of just snore as you
Yeah,
get close.
So treat the pulls the scimitar halfway out of the hilt and looks at Nulu, kind of like cocks her head.
I mean, why not? Right?
I don't see how the disc gets past it.
No.
Let's let it rip.
And it's sleeping, and
Yeah.
Nula's an assassin, so
Yeah.
chances are we take at least a quarter of its health out before it wakes up.
All right. So you're gonna go for it.
Yeah. Well, it's a crit, so
Hold on a sec.
You want us an initiative? for
Yeah,
this?
hold on. Yep. Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative.
Roll it in this window. It's okay.
Yeah, it may not match but I'm pretty sure I updated your tokens to match your character stats.
This is easy. Gray renders. There's more than one. Uh-oh.
should I do new rolls or?
I think you're in. 26 for
You mean
Houdini,
your
13
attack?
for Nulu.
Yeah, your attack is fine. Where was your attack? So you did, and that will be Nulu's. Well, you'll all get a surprise round.
Oh, okay.
And so
We'll pretend we only know there's one at this moment.
I mean, you want to just defer to Nulu taking that one,
Well, Treaty's gonna attack too.
I think
right? But I mean, we'll assume that since Nulu struck first, that
Yeah.
was a 16 for.
No, that was a 27.
Oh, you're right. It's a 27.
For 30, 69.
69, yeah.
Nice.
Damn.
And I can also do this, which is
14s.
incredible.
Yeah.
And
12.
that's a miss.
12.
Despite the fact that he's lying on the ground, that's a miss.
Crazy. Okay.
All right.
And
Hertzie
Hoogie.
is... Yeah, Hoogni can attack too, right?
Yep. So Hoogie's top
He's
of the order.
dodging. He's waiting. He's just
Okay.
apprehensive. Maybe he'll bless the comrades.
Okay, so that's a 17 for 41.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bless. I'm just dodging.
All right, he's looking.
Whisper is 18 for 16.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Treathy's a 34 for 27.
34.
One shy.
Hmm.
Does she have a bless on that 34? Yes, she does. I gotta turn that off. Make sure your bless is off. And she dodges with her action.
Okay. Is that everyone?
Everyone has taken their surprise turn.
Okay, and you hear this thing after taking all these hits, like it goes from and you see it start to wake up. Hoogni, you're up.
Okay. Let's go with a 25 for 50.
You can describe how it dies.
So as it's like roaring from waking up from its slumber, an arrow gets lodged right in his mouth. And he like kind of just stops growling and collapses on the ground on the step.
The kobolds are all frozen as they listen.
And that's Hoogni's turn.
What can I do with my bonus action? I wonder.
Not much.
Dash, disengage, or hide. I'd like to hide. So I suppose I can.
Go find a
Hide.
dark corner, and you can hide.
Yeah. Like how about this? My movement is 40. No, it's too far away. I suppose I could hide
Yep,
in these boxes.
that'd be fine.
Yeah. All right. Now hiding gives me.
Automatic advantage, I think.
Okay. So
If something can't see you, it's automatic advantage. So roll a stealth check, even though I know that's sort of futile. And
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you hear from up top after the roar issued by the one down below as it woke, you hear from up top additional roaring and like pounding down the stairs. You start to you hear something moving rapidly down the stairs. Is it control?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I wonder if we could all hide. That'd be kind of crazy.
Okay. Herthy, you're up.
Earthy's gonna hide. There.
Okay. Stealth check.
He does not have disadvantage on this.
Nice.
He's just a normal roll, 24. His mithril armor prevents the disadvantage.
I barely hear you.
His mithril armor prevents the disadvantage
Right,
that
right.
is shown there. That's Herthy's turn.
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna do anything with his action. He's just kind of hanging out. Nulu's turn.
Do all kobolds have cunning action?
Just rogues.
Oh, and is Tree the rogue?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. So what I'm thinking is, instead of hiding, Nulu might be able to get an invis off from Treaty,
That's possible.
and then Treaty could cast invis, and then bonus action hide.
Treaty
And
can
Nulu will be
invis us
standing-
both.
What's that?
Treaty can invis both of us
Oh.
at a higher level cast. It's not a big deal.
Alright. Then Nulu's going
So just
to
hang out. Yeah.
hide in this corner. Or not hide, but he's going to walk over to the corner and, like, look at Treaty.
Yeah. And Treaty will follow and cast invisibility as a 3rd level spell on the 2 of them. And that's a 3rd level slot, and she's concentrating and invisible. And I don't know that. Red eye seems reasonable.
Alright. So Treaty's concentrating. Everyone
On
else.
invisibility. Yeah.
who's Nulu and Treaty?
Nulu and Treaty are invisible. Yep.
Alright.
And invisible is, what are we using for that?
I use the red eye. And we're hiding in the sense that we're trying to be silent, right?
Yeah. We're not.
So there's an actual. Alright.
Which one's invisible? The shady.
So there's a. Yeah.
Not the red, but the outlined. Okay.
Yeah, and the other
Yeah.
thing too,
That's
apparently, so I
exhaustion.
just wanted to
That's
try
exhaustion.
this. Is concentration has it an icon also, which is.
Oh, do you know which one it is?
It's the head with the wheel turning, and I think.
Okay.
I want to see if it auto does certain
auto
things.
rolls. Yeah,
Okay,
Treaty's
so-
concentrating.
That's Treaty's turn.
That's Treaty's turn.
All right. So you continue to hear, like now you're hearing more footsteps, or massive footsteps. In fact, it's like shaking the entire tower, like it's so loud. So it's control and then drag. Yeah. All right. And click. No, whatever.
No, spacebar.
Yeah, space. Okay. Hoogny, you're up.
We hear them coming, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I guess we just sit here and camp.
Yeah, until they come.
Do I have to hide again, or?
No, you're hidden.
So.
Here, let's put something on you so I remember that you are. And this one will be arbitrary because I have no idea. It's a box. Hearthy's also hidden?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, you're hiding in a box. And that's your turn.
Like
You're
Metal
just sitting
Gear.
there.
Yeah.
You gonna hold an action or something, maybe? Or no?
Like. No, I don't think so.
Okay. So from above, like you can't really see up this high, but you can't see on the surface of the staircase this high, but you do see this massive creature dive down and land on the ground right here. And it's like sniffing around looking for something. And it doesn't smell you, but it's like hunting, lurking around the room. And then it like looks over and to the corner, its head's kind of bobbing to each side. And that's its turn. Earthy's up.
Herthy sees the dark spot where Hoogny is and sees it. Sees no action yet. Herthy looks to where Trethi and Nulu were before they disappeared and sees nothing. Herthy's gonna hold his action. I think if he sees a kobold strike, he would try to Sacred Flame.
Okay. And that's a cantrip, right? So
As a cantrip. Yep.
Nulu.
Well. I suppose we should start attacking while there's only one here. So I'm gonna have to bonus action dash. Because it's just outside
Or
the
you
ring.
could just creep up, right? We could just creep up
I guess that's true, yeah.
and hold an action.
Alright, so I'll move up there to the side of the stairs. And just kind of being aware.
And Trethi will shadow.
Okay.
Shadow Nulu.
That's your turn.
Yep.
And then you hear more stomping, and you see another giant thing jump down here. And as it hits the ground, you hear it. And that's its turn. Ugni.
Ooh. Dang. Okay. Ugni is going to fire, I think. Because he's hidden, so he has advantage. And he has that ability that allows everything that attacks the same target to be of advantage, I think.
Right,
Is that
right,
right?
right. That's true.
Alright, so he's going to
Wait,
attack.
say that again?
Let me find it. So I
Yeah,
don't have to-
paste it.
Oh, he gives advantage to other people.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
Ambush Master.
Ambush Master.
Nice.
The first creature you hit during the first round of combat becomes easier for you and others. And for these guys, it is their first round, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay. That is not how it should be.
It's an Ambush Master. It's like, what is this if not an ambush?
Right, exactly. And I'm also hidden. So I can get
RAI.
advantage Anyway.
I'll
That's right.
give it to you, but there's just no way that would actually be given.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Definitely.
It is just blatantly an ambush, though.
We've been using our turns to set up an elaborate ambush.
An ambush, yeah. This is the very definition of
You
an ambush.
already killed one.
This is the most ambush. But yeah, but they're just like...
It was bait. It was a
Yeah.
trap.
That's right.
We
We didn't ambush that one. We're ambushing these guys.
We knew that there were more the whole time.
Okay, from now on, I'm going to have to triple the amount of critters I throw at you to give you a challenge. All right, go for it.
This is going to be flawless. Get ready.
Alright, we're attacking Grey Render 2. And... Alright, well, now that you throw around the F word, we've got to kind of live up to that expectation. So there's 22 for 57.
Boom. Bites into it, into its massive hulking thigh, and you hear.
And ooh, a 13 for 16.
And that one hits it in the wrist. And it's just pissed off now.
You're right, it is going to be flawless. Alright, and then Hugni is going to move over here to the staircase. So, he is no longer hidden.
No.
Which I assume he wouldn't be hidden because he just shot at them, so.
Right. So like you're jumping up on the staircase, or are you moving off? Like,
Yeah.
where are
get
you
up
going?
there.
Oh, no, of course I'm leaping up there.
Okay. Yeah,
There's
you leapt up.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's your turn. So it's gonna follow you, and it does, and it will get to there, and it's going to can't reach you with its bite, but it can reach you with its claws. And so it's going to try to claw you. 22.
Hits.
And it's going to try to claw you again. 12 is a miss.
Yep.
So you took, what, 21 damage?
Yeah,
And that's...
I'm gonna half that now.
Okay.
So I will take take 11.
These guys aren't even worth flawlessing. It's like, let's not
I
expend the
didn't want to flawless
resources.
it anyway. Whatever.
Let's not expend the resources on these guys.
Hurt these up.
Earthy's going to try to sneak, what, like half distance, let's say?
Yep.
So he sneaks in that direction. Then, you see the text here. For that next turn. I think Herthy's just going to guiding bolt on the Gray Render 3.
Okay.
15 for 9 radiant.
It just misses him. Well,
Alright.
not just. It misses him pretty squarely.
All right, that's Herthy's turn.
Okay. Gray Render 1 is dead. Nulu, you're up.
Alright, Nulu crits because he's invisible. Correct?
Assassin.
Yeah.
Any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit.
He's
so
not
would
surprised.
He wouldn't be surprised by a kobold coming out of nothing.
Surprised is pretty well defined, and that isn't it. It's not a condition. There's like a surprise round. That's all there is.
Alright, whatever. I guess it would give me advantage, but I already have advantage.
Yeah.
So.
45.
I guess we didn't really ask about it. Still,
45.
either way, it's a 24 for 45.
Yeah, and so he's looking bloodied.
And 25 for 6.
6. Yeah, and you could hear like he's just really pissed off now and hurting and miserable.
Treathy's a 20 for 30.
Wow.
Yikes.
And
Looking in rough shape.
Treathy's just gonna dodge her action. Gray Render 3, welcome to the party.
Gray Render 3 now sees new people down here who are no longer in Viz.
Is Hurley still hidden?
No, but he did a guiding bolt, which would have lit him up.
Yep.
Like a tracer round.
So everyone's lit up. This one's going to come over here. And he's going to try to take a swipe at Treathy. He's gonna try to bite first. 24.
Disadvantage because she's dodging.
Oh yeah. But didn't you attack?
Scimitar speed. I used the bonus action to attack with it. And I opted not to attack with it as my action. It's OP, dude. It's totally OP.
Wow.
You can, in addition, you can make one attack with a bonus action.
Wow.
It is obscene.
Then gonna try to claw.
Well, you still get another bite opportunity, right? You're disadvantaged, so the bite could still hit.
Oh, sorry. Yep. And it doesn't.
So 13 misses, and then the claw also needs another one. So 2 20s, which she's gonna pop up a shield for. Pow!
Pow! So that's a miss. And then another claw.
Ooh, that's a crit. A crit hits. 3 attacks.
Is it
for that
still
one.
disadvantaged though?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's not a crit. It's just 21.
Yeah, that's
which is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, it's a miss too. Ooh, shield.
Wow.
Coming in.
Very nice. And that's its turn.
Yeah.
Oogny.
Hoogs.
Attacking
Clean it up.
you.
51.
Whoop.
Is he lagging out again?
And is it starting again?
So
Like out of nowhere, it just started.
the music changes, and your cursor that I can see, like it's all like slowly moving.
Very weird. So I'm gonna. Okay, and now I'm performant, so I'm not sure what happened there. But anyways, you can describe how it goes down.
Oh, sorry. From the staircase, the bolts. Yeah, the 2 bolts from the spider's ballista. They hit him right in the wounds that Nulu left. They just kind of parry right off of each other, and the synergy is remarkable.
Nice.
And then
Alright.
it turns to render number 3 with the Flame Whisper for 22 for 21.
Nice.
Tactics coming in clutch. My favorite game mechanic.
It's like the only one you know, like, and it is the best one.
It's
that's the
it's
spoiler.
Good in general, but when we have like the sneak attack with advantage,
Yeah.
it's so much better.
All right, so Grey Render is down, so it's Herthy's turn.
Herthy draws his short sword, charges. He has advantage.
It does.
27 for 6 piercing and 2 poison.
Ouch. Grey
And,
Render takes it.
He doesn't have a lot of bonus action things he can do. Oh, I could have done Commander Strike. That would have been better. All right, never mind. That's Herthy's turn. He's learning.
Oh.
Nula's turn. Yeah, should have done Commander Strike.
Oh wait, you just hit him? Did that connect?
Yeah,
It did. Okay,
that did.
so
27 for 8.
when he took that damage, he's going to roll a. Will this work? Let's see. 1d3, 3. He's going to hit Herthy, or try to hit Herthy with his claws. And 19 is a miss.
Mm-hmm. 22 for
And
her.
yep, go ahead, Nulu. His reaction is now.
22 for 40. And 24 for 7.
Chipping away.
Treat these bonus action 27 for 23 and a dodge.
Looking bloodied.
It's his
Yeah,
turn.
that weapon is really, really good.
It's like blur without concentration. If you choose to just do one attack, right?
And you
Right.
get
For a rogue, you can, counter
Yeah,
one
because,
attack.
like-
It's pretty good.
As a rogue,
Mm-hmm.
you only get that offhand attack if you make a main hand attack. So
Right.
that's sick. Okay.
There's not many ways to do bonus action attack only. I think Scimitar Speed's kind of like the only way.
Yep. Wow. Okay, so that now it's its turn. And it's going to focus its ire on the person who just hit it on
Earthy.
Treethy.
Well, I guess. Well, no, Treethy hit it last. Yeah, we all three hit it. Earthy, Nulu, and Treethy all hit it in succession.
So he's going to first attempt to bite. Ooh. But
Disadvantage.
you're dodging.
Uh huh. It's
Okay.
not fair. I know.
19.
19. She's gonna pop up another one.
Popping a shield.
Shield.
All right. And
Low
then
on
he's
those
going
level 1
to
slots.
claw. Which,
Her AC is 22 now. That hits.
if it hits,
Right, yeah, right.
'cause you're
you
still
you gotta do it
dodging.
twice.
Oh.
it doesn't.
And that
So
ends
I
its
think I
turn,
can
doesn't it?
Change this. No, he's
Some
got
of them
one
have
more.
3 attacks.
They all
First
have
one only had
3,
2.
but one of them's a 5-foot range. That's why.
Oh, that's
Crit
why.
miss.
I thought they were not worth slowing.
So then he's going to claw one more time, and this time.
Remember when crit
not
misses
saying that-
did
yeah.
self-damage?
Or in
It's
turn.
in the old days, yeah. That's a miss. With,
Um,
well, it could. No, it's disadvantage, and 19 misses with shield.
So I'm just checking because I turned on roll with advantage, and I want to see if did it tell us that it did.
No.
I guess it did because there's 2 rolls. There's 2 11s in there plus all the right. Like if you
On the
expand the
19?
19, you see 2 11s. Let me do it one more time just to see if this
I
is
don't. I
working.
can't expand them.
Yeah. We
Oh
don't have-
really? You can't expand it to hit?
No.
No.
Okay. When I do, it shows me 2 11s. So yeah, that's a miss.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Hoogs.
Hoogs.
.6 for.
Oh,
this,
boy.
This might be a record. It's that
You're gonna have to
82.
shoot 82.
It's still up. But
Oh,
barely.
nice! You can do it. Now you can break the record. Hit it again.
How much do I need?
You need 14.
Oh. See, I'm conflicted here. I could
You
go
gotta
with
go.
the regular plain whisper and
That's
get the
right.
guaranteed kill, or I can go with the sharpshooter and get the. You know I'm going.
Sharpshooter's
with the
plus
Here we
10.
go.
Oh, that's a miss.
You hate to see.
96 stands.
Oh my god.
How
Well,
much
the
did I
damage
need?
rolls suck too.
You
Like,
needed
everything
to beat
sucked.
96. 82.
Look at how many die rolls were awful on there.
Nulu has gotten 82. That's his record.
Damn. Earthy.
No sharpshooter.
Crit with the spider's ballista. Is crazy.
Herthy, he still thinks he should leave it to the professionals here and help encourage them, but he's just fierce. He's does the 14 for 8.
Misses.
Misses.
Fate's gonna put it in Lulu's hand.
That's right.
Oh, wait. On that, I'm retconning the spider's ballista shot for his reaction. He's going to
Oh.
try to. Well, I'm going to roll a d3, and they're in order, left to right. On d3,
Herthy.
and Herthy again. So he's going to try to claw at
AC
Herthy.
22. Hits.
Hits it.
There we
21.
go for 21.
Wait. 22.
22.
22. Math. All right. Go ahead, Nulu.
Going no AC on this one. 29
Yeah.
for 43.
There we go.
All right. And you can describe how that ends.
With the flurry of arrows over his shoulders, or not arrows, but bolts, he becomes one with the bolts, and he transforms his scimitar, both of his scimitars, into bolts of their own as the blades just go at him with a fury. And he dies.
Treathy summons the disc in as she searches the creatures here. Creatures.
So you don't find a whole lot in this area.
What do they seem like they were? Like, how did they come to be here? Do we have... Can we make a survival check?
Yeah, that's a good check. Survival check.
Think
Either a
Hoogie's
group check
probably best.
or an individual check.
Let's let Hoogie go
then.
first.
Yeah, we got Hoognie here.
29. Okay, so you look them over and you're like, I think these are gray renders, and they tend to have a master. They gravitate towards an intelligent master and they follow its commands. And so you realize that they're not here just randomly. Something
Right.
definitely put them here. The guard. While we do that, I want to just tab up some X before we move on to see if you level up. That's all
I
right.
don't even know what my exp is. Yeah, go ahead.
Because if you do, it would be a really good time to do that. So,
Boss fight?
I'll be right back.
yeah. Yeah, so you there?
I am.
Both your characters level up.
Ooh.
Tell Glenn when he gets back, and you guys level up. I'm gonna get a beer.
Okay. Slippery mind. You've acquired greater mental strength. You gain proficiency in wisdom saving throw.
All right. What are we at?
Everyone levels up.
Oh boy. Herthy goes to Cleric 10. He gains access to Divine Intervention.
Oh.
See if I can.
Houdini now has Slippery Mind, which gives him advantage to wisdom checks. Or, no, wisdom saving throws.
Yeah, proficiency on wisdom. So your wisdom saves go way up.
Mm.
That's good. So Herthy needs to roll 14 or lower on a D100, and then Curdle Mac will intervene. Treethy is continuing her scholarly pursuits. She is now level 6 wizard, level 9 rogue.
Calling your deity to intervene on your behalf when your need is great.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool, right?
So once a day, it's a 14% chance.
Right.
Interesting.
But if you get it, you can't use it for like a
For a
week or
week.
something.
Yeah.
Right?
7 days. Interesting. And at the 20th level, it automatically succeeds.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like suddenly it's really good.
I mean, that's crazy. You could, like... We could all be on the brink of death, and that's a potential get out of jail free card.
Yep.
Alright?
Yeah. All clerics get it. Pretty cool.
Oh, it's cleric level.
Yeah, it's just cleric. So he went back to cleric, so... Yeah.
So is it 14 or 10?
Well, he's a 10 cleric 4 fighter, so it's...
Okay. So I assume it's a 10 then.
Oh no, you're cleric level. Yeah, it is a 10 die, you're right. Yeah. It's all, and he'll never get to 20 cleric.
No.
Good point.
Still, it's a 10% chance
Well,
for
yeah, it could be cool.
a lifesaver.
It's a way to spend an action. And he can make the roll privately, right? Oh, boy.
So now both Nulu and Houdini can detect creatures within 10 feet of them, even
Blind
if they're
sense.
invisible.
Oh, yeah. That's really good.
Within 10 feet, is that what you said?
Yep.
Treethy's picking up haste. Which seems like it might be useful. And I had Mind Spike written down. That's...
So it's interesting, because haste on a rogue less impactful, right?
You get another turn, so you can get 2 sneak attacks. I think it's still just as good.
Is it another full turn? It's not another full turn.
Oh, yeah, it is. Because, like...
Because Elwyn can only get an extra attack. One attack.
No, I don't think so. Let's look. Oh, come on. You're gonna be difficult.
Gains an
Fine.
additional action on each of its turn. The action can be used to take the attack,
Uh-huh.
a weapon attack only, but it's not an additional turn. They get an extra additional action.
No.
You can only
but
sneak
in
attack once
action.
per turn.
No, because you can do it on a reaction.
On a reaction, that's a different turn. That's somebody else's turn. It's not your turn.
Sneak attack. if sneak attack doesn't benefit from haste, that spell's
It doesn't.
useless. You're gonna make me look it up.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure of it.
A rogue can already use sneak attack twice per round by using their action to attack normally and readying their normal action. Oh, so you cheat. So here's how you sneak attack twice. One action you attack, the other action you ready an action to attack.
There you go.
And then you get two. But still, that's annoying. I kind of don't want to have to do that, so...
I wouldn't get
figure out
haste.
what the
I'd
hell
find
she does.
something else.
Yeah.
Unless you want to pull that off.
I really want 4th level spells, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah, haste is great because of the +2 AC bonus. And for Elwayne, it only adds 1 more attack. So,
Right.
but that's still... For a fighter, it's a lot more.
Yeah. Does Treaty
With
have
sharpshooter.
Invis? I
It'd
think
be
she
good
already
on-
has...
Be good on Hoogni with sharpshooter.
Yeah, that's true. It would be most effective on Hoogs. Treaty already has
Well,
see invisibility through magic.
The
So
sneak
she was
attack
already...
is like half the damage, even with the sharpshooter.
Yeah, sharpshooter. I mean, it's good. It's like 20, right? But it's not 60, right?
Right.
The sneak attack's where it all comes from. So it's funny, Hearthy's Commander Strike will just get better.
Oh, yeah.
Because it'll just scale as they have sneak attack die scaling.
I mean, Commander Strike with a rogue seems like a no fucking brainer. Even
Yeah.
if... So, like, Elwayne can get it and use one of her 3 attacks to be a Commander Strike, which I think is totally worth it to
Right.
give Treaty a sneak attack.
And she has 10-foot range, so she can probably do it.
Yep.
My whip version of Treaty. It's pretty good.
Yeah, different Treaty.
Other Treaty.
You
So
know that
what-
we're playing, like, high elf version of Treaty in a different campaign and a version of Elwayne.
They are connected.
What are you going to ask, Alan?
This sneak attack, when does that increase?
Every 2 levels, it goes up 1d6. I don't know if it's odd or even,
Does
though.
it? Then that means that one of mine... or
Yeah,
potentially
will
both
go
of
up.
mine would have gone up.
So it's every odd level it goes up. So 11,
So
13,
it means
15.
sneak attack is now 8d6.
Whew.
Gross.
Yeah, Slippery Mind is good. It's just good if we ever face someone who's making us make saves, which we've been good at avoiding lately. It's all been attacks, all been AC. We shut down the other types. Right, Treaty will figure out her spells later, but she's got her slots, and that's what matters.
Alright. You going to head up?
Let's do it.
Do we heal from the level up?
No.
Any signs of a fire elemental here?
No. Signs of
Carry on.
environmental.
Carry on.
I'll keep in mind, though, that you're hunting for fire elementals.
Speaking
She
of
is.
the elemental, can I go over to this water over here and just kind of put the bowl
I
on
thought you already did. I thought the bowl was already
The
full.
bowl is
That's right, it's already
on a
full.
disc.
That's
It's
fine.
like towed behind us.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
We didn't even need to. And the disc will follow us up the steps.
Mhm.
It's hovering 20 feet behind the party.
Yep. Okay. So.
Elwayne is just bearing witness.
So who's going up the steps first? What's the order here?
Yeah, let's do the marching order up the steps. So
Hoognie's supposed to be the scout.
he is kind of a scout.
I
But
feel like
Nulu,
Nulu's just kind of better.
yeah, especially when he's invisible. But I don't want to use too many spell slots. Let's see. Oh. Treaty could. Wait, what did she use? Oh, she used the third. Let's just try sneaking and see if we can hear anything before we go all in, right? It's definitely more effective, but
Yep.
trying to conserve resources. So this is the marching order. Treaty's with Nulu, and Herthy's a bit behind.
Here, let me. Oh, jeez.
They could probably be clustered, like as long as they can all be quiet. Like Herthy's maybe a little bit back.
Sure.
I'm trying to move Hoogni back a little bit, but I can't deselect the two that I have.
Just use the rectangle select to select
Oh,
nothing.
Yeah. Okay. There.
Okay, so Nulu is in front. And Nulu, you get to about here and you stop dead in your tracks. Something looks fishy based on your passive perception up ahead of you. Steps don't look right. It looks like there's something going on. Treaty investigates.
Rolls a 14 on investigation.
Which is a natty 1, and that's a critical fail.
That's still, I mean, but with reliable talent, it's not meant to be a critical fail, right? It's meant to be 10 plus your proficiency bonus. Don't you think?
Critical fail.
Reliable talent. What happens if you roll that one on a proficiency skill with reliable talent? Ability checks don't critically succeed or fail.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you roll 20 on an ability check, it's just you pass.
So what is it? Just attacks?
It's just attacks, I guess. It doesn't say. It just says ability checks don't.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a 14.
It's a 14 on the investigation check. So
might not be enough.
Well,
That's
no,
pretty bad.
It's doesn't.
It's pretty bad.
It says if it's 9 or lower, it treats it as a 10.
Right. So that's why I'm. Oh no, Treaty doesn't have reliable talent.
Oh.
But still, it's a 14.
Right.
Right.
She's plus 13 anyways.
Yes,
So she rolls a
right.
1 and gets plus 13 on investigation.
Right.
Which is
But
sick.
and she would be 23 if she leveled Rogue up enough to be reliable talent.
Right.
But that's what made me think about, is that really failure?
Right.
So, but what's the DC there?
So
Does she
you
make
definitely notice that. I wonder if I can draw. Yeah, I can draw it. Did that? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Or no? So that step there appears to be pressure plated. The whole step. You feel pretty confident that you could all just kind of jump over it, though. It's like 5 feet, and your strength should allow you to jump.
Hampered as it is.
Acrobatics.
Yeah. We let's acrobatic over it.
So you get over it, no problem.
And the disc just
and-
floats over it.
The disc just floats over it, and everyone's mounted aboard the disc. And
That's right.
that will take us.
It'd be hard to jump with an incapacitated drow,
Would
you know?
Right.
probably have to
Very
throw
hard.
the drow.
Yeah. Maybe
Throw
we
the
could catch him
drought
too.
down the well.
All right, keep going.
All right,
Eyes
I will move everyone. Give me a second here. Move me. Breathe.
My hands hurt from squeezing the faucet of the sink all day.
Is it one of those things that hangs down from above
Yeah.
and it's like super powerful?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get those in a home. Those are nice. Those are like have some force.
Crazy. Still can't get the stupid cheese off of the.
You just
Yeah.
need like a silicone scraper, just something to just go at it that won't damage the finish, right?
I'm
And
gonna come in
silicone
with the
seems to
most
be the answer.
specialized like.
You should. You should totally buy something.
Yep.
And just
I'm gonna buy like a $50 cleaner of specifically for French onion bowls.
All right, I'll have to find one. That'll be great.
So you enter the main sort of foyer of the of Dark Arrow Keep. You come up the tower and you recognize it, and you see the foyer is sort of full of orcs that look very ill, very sick. And these are some strong orcs. They're well equipped. None of them look in fighting condition. This one, sort of south of you, notices you and stands up, calls over to his friend, who also stands up, and they're on their legs, but they're really, really shaky on their legs. They look over at you. One of them starts to speak, and he beckons you closer a little bit.
Please, save the king. We've been deceived. She has corrupted us.
And he starts to kind of choke, and he vomits out blood and bile. And the other one is carrying a pole arm, and he kind of steps in front of him. He looks shaking too, but not trusting you entirely, and places the pole arm in front of his ailing friend to try to defend him in case you do something. And then you see this Claw of Luthic walk over, and she comes over and she places her hand on the one that just threw up everywhere, and you cast a spell, and you can tell it's cure wounds. And she looks
over at you and says, "My magic is failing. I cannot keep us from death much longer."
She also looks very ill. I mean, there's orcs everywhere. All of them look sick. And then another one, the one that's guarding the other one, says,
We cannot get in. The door's locked.
and to the north, near the throne room doors, you can see an orc that's pounding on the door as much as he can. And he stops, and he rose up, and you could see the foam at the mouth of all of these orcs. And he's trying to get through this door. And one of the other orcs says,
"They've locked it with magic."
And then, so you also see up here, there's, is it not pinging for some reason? Why it's not pinging?
I see your mouse.
Yeah, so up here, there's an orc standing on top of this stairwell, seemingly guarding the stairwell. You've got, there's orcs all over the room. So there's the stairwell up, and then there's the doorway here. And then to the south, you recognize that as the main entrance into Many Arrows, towards the south. Or into Dark Arrow, rather.
The key must be upstairs.
Right.
You saying that to each other?
I think Treathy's just saying that as she walks in and sees, they're all gauging their reaction to that statement.
And this one steps forward. No!
The king's chamber is upstairs.
So why do you want to go to the throne room?
king is in the throne room with it. I
So-
guard his chambers.
Allow me to retrieve the key from his chambers. The warden told me that's where we would find the key.
We have searched it thoroughly, but if you think you can help,
So roll a deception check to make sure that he actually thinks that's the case.
It's not really good.
Nope.
Nope.
what would he know of such things? We are his personal guard. Drask knows none of this.
It just seemed like they're guarding that for a reason. I don't know if they're in cahoots, but so it'll be a fight if we go up. We can go try to get through the door.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look like he's ready for a fight.
Yeah, I mean we could kill them all, but we would have to kill them all. We could.
I mean, I'd rather not. I'd rather just show him our weaponry and our capabilities and prove
You
that
want to
we're
intimidate him?
yeah, kind of bully him out of the way.
You could try persuasion or intimidation. You've already failed a deception.
All right, Hootney can try to persuade him. Maybe Hootney pulls out a healing potion and offers it to the orc.
Why? Thank you. These, we had supplies of these, but no more. We've used them all, every last drop.
And he takes some, and he steps back and he rests against the back wall.
I suppose there's no harm in letting you look.
And he
go
allows
look.
you to go. All right. Give me a moment. All right. You see now?
Yep.
So you go up
Rough
the stairway
rough up here.
and you find your way up to this area. And you can see another King's Guard lined up again on the ground up against the wall. And as you crest over here, you see a dead one here. And this one, like, tries to stand up but can't.
You trespass?
Keep walking by.
So this is an ornate door right here that looks very much so like that is the king's chambers.
Try and open it.
You walk up and he tries to stop you, but there's nothing left in him. He's got
brother.
nothing. And you see the door, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah. You click it.
So yeah, you find the king's chamber, and you search through it, and in here you're going through, there's a variety of different treasures which gold and different things are kept in here. Personal belongings of the king. Amongst them, you find the king's breastplate, which is a breastplate +3. You also find a morning star that is elaborate in its carvings. All these symbols of Grumsh and other orc gods around this morning star. And it's a morning star +2 called the King's Stick.
Earthy's gonna grab that stuff.
King's armor and the King's Stick.
Morning Star +2. He's not gonna put it on yet.
Okay.
He's, sensitive.
Right.
He'll just, in case we find the king, he'll want these.
There you go. You're gonna put it in that. Don't you have a bag of holding or something? Somebody's got something like that. Yeah.
Yep. And Herthy can heft a little bit, but we'll use our repository. I forget who has a bag of holding. Treathy?
I thought one of you had something like that.
There was a hole too. There was a hole.
Oh, maybe you had the purple hole.
We have two. We have the bag and the hole.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who has the bag. We definitely have the portable hole, which was super handy for moving siege weapon around. This is very, very good. Remember that cannon we got?
That's right. It's still sitting in Tarkuthu.
Yeah.
That's right.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, we didn't find the key, so let's go back. You were right.
So you head back down, and here we are.
All right. Let us try the door now.
You didn't find the key, but you found some loot.
What loot? all I got's a portable hole. I don't know what you're talking about. It's private. You can't look in. I'm sorry. That's just a little too personal. Can't look in my portable hole.
Right. So Treathy, you can do an Arcana check as you kind of look over this door. And yeah, you feel like you've heard of this spell before. It's a spell called Arcane Lock. You don't know it, but you've heard of it. And you recognize that the spell could probably get rid of this magic.
She's rolling her portents. Sorry, I forgot to.
That's a good plan. Yeah.
Oh, 19. That's gold.
Yep. Okay, so
reasonable too.
What were the gray things called? Gray what?
Renders. Gray render.
Yep.
This orc here in front of you is keeps trying to bang on the door, trying to open it. Puts his shoulder into it, but then throws up a little bit. And then he just kind of goes off to the side.
Dispel magic's level 3. Herthy casts Dispel magic as a level 3.
Right.
And tries to remove the magic from the door.
And you no longer sense the magic on the door. And
I don't see Herthy in this, John. Oh, there he is. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so we take a step forward. We beckon the guard to come with us as we open the door. Come on, let's go.
This one tries to join you. This one tries to stand up and fails. This one makes his way down the stairs, but then ends up falling down the stairs, throws up on himself, and passes out at the bottom.
That's a natty one right there. You
So
throw
this
up
one
on
just-
yourself.
One of the claws of Luthic actually makes his
Yeah.
way through. So you get a claw and you get the guard, and everyone else tries, but they just
All right.
cannot get there. And so with that said, can we take 4?
Yeah, sure.
All right. What time do you guys
Probably
want to wrap up?
I think 1-ish. Like, do you
Okay.
think it's going to be more than half an hour to do this encounter?
I don't know. Guess we'll see.
How are you
Shouldn't
doing,
be that
Alex?
much
Do you want to pause here? I mean, this is a momentous moment.
It is, and I'd hate to pause here, but I'm getting a little tired.
I think we can pause.
Yeah, it's fine.
Maybe we. I mean, I'd like to maybe wrap this up tomorrow night, if possible.
I could probably do that.
Sure.
That seems. Let's
It'd
go with
be
that
a
plan.
shorter
and-
session, and we'll just
yeah,
play the final
and if not
encounter,
tomorrow,
and-
then we'll find an opportunistic time, right?
Okay,
Right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Super excited for this.
This is great. This is great.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
See ya.
Word.
Word.
All right. So, what spell should I take? That's the question. So, we had talked about allowing Mind Spike to not require concentration. I want to make sure you're still okay with that. Let me send you the link to Mind Spike.
Mind spike.
Mm-hmm. I got it here. This is a second level spell.
You'll have to remind me your logic too.
Right. So this is a divination spell. Is it UA? No, it's Xanathar, so it's not UA.
Yep.
And it's a wisdom save for 3d8 or half. On a failed save, you know the target's location if you're in the same plane. And it can't hide from you.
Hmm.
So it's a damage with a like follow-on effect if they make the save. If they don't make the save, presumably you wouldn't be concentrating on the spell, right?
All right.
So what I propose is like allowing you to mind spike without tracking them, just for the damage as just a damage spell, analogous to like other damage spells that wizards have that are more damage with
Okay.
no
So
concentration.
everything sans the concentration and the tracking of.
Yeah. So 3d8 on whiz save level 2 spell. And the reason I want it is because of this. Let me find it here. It's a diviner perk that seems to be hard to use without the spell. Game rules wizard. Here we go. School of Divination. It's this. I'm pasting it into Discord chat. It's from here. So if you cast a divination spell, you regain a spell. And it's got to be lower than the level of the divination spell that you cast.
Makes sense.
And so I would use level 2 mind spikes. I would spend my action on that instead of sneak attack. Or I could do that and sneak attack with a bonus action with the scimitar, which is just OP, right?
Right.
And I would recover a level 1 spot. And if I upcast that at 3, I could recover it 2. So there's like a whole sequence you could get into, like upcast it at 5 to get a 4 back, right? Like,
right. And I bet you that's why it's concentration.
I don't think so, because like divination doesn't have like without this spell,
very
it's
little,
like
right?
arcane
Damage.
eye, right? There's no damage spells,
Right.
I mean, I could still like. I haven't been keeping concentration up because I've discovered the dodge action.
Yeah, right.
So I could still, even with con, I
Especially
guess
with
I
that
could
frickin'
still use the
scimitar.
spell.
You could.
Yeah, right. Well, just because of the scimitar exclusively.
My bet, though, is that mechanic, expert divination, was probably designed around mind spike being concentration, which.
But I mean, Mind Spike was Xanathar's, but that's fine. So let's go with it. So I think I'm still going to add it because I haven't been concentrating as much, and that can just be like a guiding bolt ish option if I'm not concentrating.
And you can still use the whole location tracking thing, which I think is fantastic.
That might be useful.
Yeah, the next fight that you're getting into is designed to be really fucking hard, so I hope it is. I mean, some of the other ones I thought
we're all
going
topped
to be, but like
we've got
Jesus
backup.
Christ. Yeah,
we're ready to go.
Exciting.
So I didn't consider that haste would not be good.
Yeah, that's the problem with the rogue is that. Yeah, haste is good on a fighter for sure.
Commander Strike is better than haste. Like it's straight up better.
Yes.
You got to get it on Halloween.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. I think that's the plan. Is next time I have an ASI, I'm going to take the feat. Because I got a shitload of ASIs.
Fighter gets the
I'm
most.
Take the feat that gets me the ability to do that. And then I can get Treathy to start putting down.
Twice as much damage.
Right. So. Actually, I think I can do that this turn. So I haven't finished leveling up. We haven't played yet, so I can totally do that now, I think.
Treathy can get Leomund's tiny hut. Lasts for 8 hours.
Which Treathy?
The kobold one, if she's not getting haste.
I think that's a fantastic spell for... So you guys rolled really well. Like, if you'd have rolled a 1 or a 2 on any of those 8 rolls, it would have been an encounter. Which, I mean, you guys would do fine, but...
Right. So you've been in a tiny hut using group before?
No. No, but it strikes me as a great spell because you can comfortably rest for
it's a dome
8-hour duration, right?
And all other creatures are barred from passing through it.
Right.
So maybe Dispel Magic would work on it?
It might. I think that's the one flaw of it, but like that assumes that you roll a random overnight with a caster.
Right. Who's like, hey, there's a tiny hut here. And then, right. Magic Circle. Wasn't that good?
Don't know.
Disadvantage on attack rolls against targets. So that's like a group blur. Oh, and it's like a protection from undead where you have to choose a type. Celestials, Elementals, Fae, Fiends, or Undead. And then they have disadvantage on attack rolls. We can't be charmed or frightened. Interesting. But dragons isn't a thing. Celestials, Elementals, Fae, Fiends, or Undead. Just in case we ever run into any of those, that might not be a bad pickup.
What about orcs?
Your orc filter was good. Your Eloane filter was really good.
Nice.
The third person was a bit disorienting, though.
Yeah.
You got to remember which voice you're speaking as.
Yeah. There's a lot to think about when you're doing this. I wish there was like, it'd be great if the tools could be tied together. Like I could use one interface. The other thing that's got me thinking is, so the performance thing, I think was triggered by music. Something happened and it went to shit. And then when I turned off some music,
Yeah.
it fixed it. They have so many bugs in this, but
All right.
it's still better than Roll20.
Treathy's picking up Dispel, Hypnotic learning to her spell book. Dispel, Hypnotic Pattern. What else?
I thought Herthy had Dispel.
He does already, but it's in Glimmer's spellbook, so she can transcribe it. Major Image. So they're like free spells because we looted Glimmer's spellbook back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some good level 4s waiting for me once I get up there, and that costs gold. 750 gold pieces, which you can take off my tab. Illusory Dragon. Will she get there? Will she get to that? No, she will not in this build.
So is Herthy going to use that armor?
I mean, eventually. It seems good.
So he's in half plate today. But this is +3.
No, he's not in half plate. He's in.
No, he's not.
He's in. No, he is. Yeah, mithril half plate of lightning resistance +1, which is AC 16. A breastplate is 17 +3. It's 20 flat. So instead of 18 or 17 flat, it's 20 flat plus shield and AC. It's shield and dex and whatever else.
Right.
Defensive fighting style, I think. From fighter. Yeah. And it's a shield +1, so that's +3.
He
So yeah,
becomes incredibly tanky. Breastplate +3.
It's just he gets +1 AC. So 22 goes to 23 is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I lose lightning resistance, but that's worth it for +1 AC. I'm not going to switch yet.
Right. It would be awkward, I think, in the middle of their castle.
And he can toss the Morning Star over to our friend. So breastplate doesn't give stealth disadvantage, right?
Nope. Morningstar you could use too, though, couldn't you?
Yeah. He might use that, but that's less important. You know, he has a 1d6 +1, I guess a 1d8 +2. He can't use dex to attack, so he loses +2 from strength, so I don't think he would. He's only 10 strength. So short sword +1 is +3 net, and Morningstar +2 is +2 net. He could use a whip, though. Finesse. +2 whip. Those are hard to find. I haven't seen a lot of +2 whips. What's your halberd that you got, that Amos got? +1 halberd? +2? What was it?
When did he get a halberd? Oh.
In the last session. It was like a story reward.
Really? Wait.
Do you really not remember?
Don't. Let me look him up. Angus. Where's Angus?
Yeah, +2 halberd for searching the captain's room. So you have a +2 halberd. So you should probably make sure, because a +2 halberd's good when you have a halberd wielding character.
Yeah.
And you don't need Amos's buff anymore.
Blessing anymore. That's right.
So he can bless his armor. His splint armor almost can get plate, and then he can bless his plate armor. He will be untouchable. His AC is already ridiculous.
I thought it was a halberd +1.
It's +2.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's
Song of the Sky is what
Parliament of Gears. DDALEB08 rewards. Halberd. A perfectly balanced +2 halberd hangs amidst the mounted weapons in the captain's room. It's pretty good.
God damn.
+2 weapon, dude?
That's sick.
That's ridiculous.
So obviously I was really drunk when we finished that.
Oh my god. Everybody else was like, Angus, the halberd. Check it out. That looks pretty good. It was like made for you.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind. So I had, yeah, okay.
What?
Halberd +1 I had gotten anyhow in somewhere else.
No, that was probably your faction item.
Oh yeah, you're right. Probably was. No, they don't do faction items in EB.
True.
So I'm
Well,
not
now
sure
you have
why,
a +2.
But okay.
Maybe you thought it was +1.
Fuck. All right. EB08. That was 08 that we did.
Yeah, it's what did I search for?
I didn't even enter this.
Parliament of Gears. Yeah, no, it's not worth really bothering. Nobody checks. You could do +3 halberd and they'd say like, cool, dude. But you deserve it. You earn the +2. And Treaty can't get a +2 whip. Hell or high water. They're just not around.
That's the one thing with AL that kind of sucks is you're sort of.
But that's the thing. Eberron is AL, and there are occasionally +2 weapons, right? It gives me hope that maybe there will be a +2 whip someday.
So what level are we? We're all 9?
For Eberron?
Yeah.
Let me see. My characters. Amos is a level 9. Yeah. Hill Dwarf.
So I gotta level up. Equipment. Motherfucking halberd +2. Jesus.
So Amos has animate objects now, which he hasn't used yet. It's the Forge Cleric Wizard spell, like the top end domain wizard spell. It's the single target. Like Amos will wreck single target now.
Nice. So what is it?
I'm gonna paste it in chat. Or I'll share my screen. How about that? So we can just look at it in its splendor. Okay, so objects come to life at your command. Up to 10 non-magical objects. And you can do big ones or small ones. Tiny, small, medium, large, extra large, or huge. And you're like limited by how many, because you get 10 and huge is 8. So I could get a huge and 2 small.
I see.
Or you can get like 16 or 8 tiny, I think. So what you do is you take 8 silver coins and you toss them in the air and animate them. And they all do 1d4 plus 4 with plus 8 to hit.
Wow.
So it's like 8 chances to hit at plus 8, which is okay.
Well,
right?
plus 8's pretty good. It's the damage that's like kind of okay,
but it's
they're
plus 4
all
flat,
gonna hit,
right? They're all going to get the plus 4 of the tiny. So the tiny is actually the best because it's like 5 to 8 damage times 8, right? So a peak of 40.
A more narrow.
Yeah. it's just like, and it does it every turn, right? So it's like the Robostars kind of quality, right? But it's you blow one big spell and then you can use it as a bonus action. It replaces spiritual weapon in that way.
Wow.
But it takes concentration, right?
So you get this as a class feature, and you can.
Yeah, this is the forge capstone for
Got
like, you know, unique spells, domain spells.
Wow.
And all the other ones have been unusable in Eberron, like permanently fabricating items and stuff, right? That just don't work in AL.
Right.
But
Right.
this
right.
one totally works in AL.
Yeah, that's cool. Very.
So yeah, he's gonna craft some silver obelisks out of currency.
Cool.
And they'll all be like uniquely decorated. There'll be one with Volley's face, one with Hawk's face. Visions he's had. So yeah. It's I don't know what's going on with AL or Eberron. Like Char's
Sounds like there's
saying
only
things
3
and
more left.
that's fine.
Yeah,
It's like,
I don't need
we
to
just
keep
played out.
going, and I don't need to
Yeah.
keep playing with Charis. I'm good
Yeah.
there. And it's unfortunate because I really dig that character, and I'd like to keep going there.
But thing is, if we just end it with her and then we ask Peter to run Eberron,
Yeah, or we just drop
Or a
it
different
on and
DM.
we move on. Like,
but that's the thing. We could run Eberron in 2 years. We could pick up where we left off. That's
Right.
how it works,
Right.
right? You don't have to give up on the character.
characters are still there.
Yep.
Yeah, when there's a more compelling campaign or something that comes out.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on with season 10. So I assume there's an Eberron season 10 also.
We should search for season 10 Foundry.
Yeah.
That's
It's such
like
a better platform. So the other thing I want to do with Kobolds is I want to get so I might ask you to chip in a little bit because I might get a AWS server to host it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And we'll
If that's
shut
what's
it off
pegging your
when
CPU, yeah.
we're not using it, but like when we're using it, having an AWS server running the thing might make it like way smoother for everyone. Definitely for
So
me.
I have an AWS account, but I'm sure you do as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if you just want to like hit me up on Venmo and request however you want to do it. I'm happy to split the cost of a server. I don't know
So
what's
we'll
easiest.
do that, and just
Yeah.
that way we can fire it up at will, use it,
Yep.
and then fire it down. The way I'm thinking about kobolds is, so for instance, I think we should play tomorrow just to wrap this up.
Yeah.
But going forward, like once every other week is probably perfect because that, like today I didn't have to do this, but I spent most of the day working on it, and it was mostly just like fucking around with audio. Like, how can I make a good audio? Like, can I get good like good ambient stuff, and then good voice stuff and so on. So I spent a bunch of time doing that. But basically, every other week I can probably give a good chunk of a Saturday to prep. But like I can't do it every week.
And that's fine. And we can do every 3 if you're behind.
Right, stuff like that.
Well,
I
the
wanna
voice
keep going,
stuff
though,
is
'cause-
transferable though, right? Like that's
Well, it's permanent work, so I don't have to worry about that. Like I don't need to redo an orc. I've got orc
Right.
down. Like,
but you and you've learned more about what you can do with the voice software.
Yeah. So it's the part that's just not transferable is plot development and building scenes. That's just a lot of work. And sometimes it's because I'm just anal and I want to find the right one, and so
Obviously, if you're spending so much time on audio.
well, that was because I had nothing else to do today anyway. So I could have been working on work, but I figured I'd budget Sunday for that. So tomorrow I'm going to work on work. I figure our session, we'll wrap this up. We'll wrap this particular Many Arrows case up.
Yep.
How do you think of it so far?
I mean, like, the environment is incredible, right? Like, how everything looks is like Baldur's Gate with a good camera that you can't rotate. You know what I mean?
That's true. You can't. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And that's okay. Like, would you take that trade in Baldur's Gate? Like, maybe.
Right. Well, the funny part, this isn't a video game, so that's kind of flattering that it feels that way.
And then we're playing kobolds as we would, right?
Yep.
It's
I didn't think you were going to kill him. I thought for sure you weren't going to. I had it planned every way, so I didn't know where.
But
you'd
it's
go.
like we've never freed a gnome ever. It would be precedent breaking.
Yeah.
And like we can bring her back. Like she can come with us. We've got this under control.
Right. Yep.
Got our floating disc.
I thought you were leaning towards letting him take her back, but then
I mean,
you were all
Tricky was
hesitant.
interested in it, but she thought that it would. She didn't vocalize that because she thought that it would offend Nulu and probably Hugni as well, maybe even Herthy, right?
Right.
Like she'd be forgetting her roots.
Yep. So then when you hesitated, I'm like, okay, this is what the gnome would do. If
I like
he
it, and then that made it
hesitation.
easy. That made it easy
Genocide.
because it's like we were right. Did you have that rhyme written?
I had it all written, so I was ready either way. I had other rhymes written too.
You got to transcribe the rhymes you said into the Google Doc.
Okay. Find it. My doc is insane, although the one that you've been keeping track of is getting pretty big too.
It's trying to be consistent.
It'll be fun at the end of this to like share it all. Like it'll be cool.
I think we should transform it into a story. I really do.
Yeah.
I've never tried to write a book. I think it would be a fun thing to do. Just try to write chapters.
Sure. But yeah, I enjoy the shit out of this. Like it's fun. I hope we keep going. I'm glad we have. Like
I mean, it's just like Alex enjoys it.
Yeah.
Like I think it's genuine, right? High quality content, right? That's what he called it, and that's 100% accurate. I love that he's a dishwasher, dude. So what led to that?
Well, he has friends who work at the same company. He thought he'd be working in the same restaurant. Didn't work out that way.
He got screwed. Yeah.
But he might end up,
Of course, if he proves himself as a fucking hard worker, if they're not dumb, they'll figure out how to,
He'll be at one of them at one point.
Mm-hmm.
He probably will end up waiting tables. Like I suspect he can get there in not too like he's not going to be doing dishes for forever. Right. I think they're going to see
how it is.
His personality, and they'll put him in front. So.
And he gives a shit, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's fantastic. I love the fact that he's doing it. And I love the fact, it's...
So his friends were working there, and he's like, Dad, I'm going to get a job?
Well, yeah, one of his friends called him one day and said, dude, you got to get over here right away. And so, because they're interviewing right now, come over. So he went, and he got in line or whatever and interviewed, and they hired him. So, and I know, so like, both Becky and Rob went to school with one of the owners, and we didn't have to do this. We didn't even do it. We didn't do it until after he got the job. But after he got the job, and on his first day, we texted Patrick, who's like so he's one of the owners, but he's also the head pastry chef. We texted him saying,
see, he's gay, right?
No, he's not.
I'm just making a pastry chef joke. Come on, man.
He should be, but he's not. No. So we texted him.
So you texted him. Yeah, what did he say?
And he went and told him that Alex is working there. Go give him a hard time. So he didn't because he wouldn't, but he went over and talked to him. So, but yeah, that's good. It's good for him. Healthy.
Awesome. Yeah, totally. It's
Good to work.
fantastic.
Minimum wage. Good to come home
Especially
smelling
if
like
it was
fucking restaurant.
yeah, if it was his choice too.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to imagine how I'm going to press my children into fucking labor and struggling.
Right. Yeah. I'm not sure how I'm going to get graded to work, but
Yeah.
so I'm looking over my exp history here. And holy shit, man. We've had
For
a lot
what?
of encounters.
For
Kobolds.
yeah, definitely
can
slower than one
probably-
level per session.
I think I can share this because I don't think this is.
It's not spoilery.
No, this is like
It's
historic.
historical. Exactly.
We're
Ugh.
not.
So I've definitely got to go to Pennsylvania. I
Yeah.
sketched out like the second week of December, but Diana's like, "Do you want to wait that long?" And I'm like, "Oh, I really don't."
Right.
But it's either this week or then, right? There's just the week after that. The dog comes. I'm gonna be here for that 100%. And so it's either I just spontaneously tomorrow decide to go, or I go with the plan when Mitch and I are both going to go. And I think I'm going to just do that. It can wait. I'm a busy man. All right. So Hobgoblin bullies the Mammoth, the Ranger, the Hobgoblin Revenge, the Ranger Retinue?
I don't remember.
I think Drow plural is also Drow.
Yeah, it is. I'm not sure why there's an S there.
Some gnomes, some hook horrors, some myconids, yeah. Some venom trolls, druid brindleth, Spellguard. This is in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Madame Ness,
That's right.
who was she?
She was the old lady who lived across
That
the
was the
street.
Thieves Guild boss.
Yep.
Master Thief Rando tried to get us Rando. More Brindleth, Gnomes, King, Trash, Cobras. I don't remember the Cobras. Iron Golem, something big after the Iron Golem. Glimmer, I remember. The Wedding. Okay, the Wisps. Sea Hag. That must have been with Malcian. The Dwarfs. The Modifying Memory.
That's right.
That was awesome. It's like that spell was made for that moment. The Glitter Company. Fucking fag. Gnomes.
Shit.
You want to camp? Lots of camps. Adult Red Dragon. The Flight Fight. Basement Traps. The Angry. Poor Fizgit. Poor Fizgit. Grey Renders and the Sick Orcs. Yeah, poor Fizgit. Spellcasters used to catch us on our heels, but hasn't since Silvery Moon, I would say.
Yeah. Poor Fizgit was bound and gagged. He definitely had his ass. I should have figured on that. I didn't really figure on that. I did in a way because I plotted that, the second that gag came off, the portal opened. And that was the entryway to things that you wouldn't be able to kill right away. But
Right.
still,
That
I
was
thought
good.
he'd survive a round, but he
It
didn't.
was good. Yeah. No.
That
Deeps.
gnome was dead.
It still was, it cost us some resources.
Yeah,
We
you
didn't
had to rest
flawless it
after.
either, so it was a failure
It
from
was a
that
failure.
perspective. Yeah, it was good. I love this campaign's my favorite of all of them, obviously. So
It's fun. So yeah, I'm using this spreadsheet to then. So that's the total X. That's the individual X. That's each of your characters. This is not even. I don't even pay attention to it anymore. It's this that I pay attention to, which is referencing the X chart up above. on what level you get to what at. So
So much more complicated than AL to do that, right?
yeah, AL's just like session per. And
Oh.
and you know, we could transition to that, but I've been doing this all along. I might as well keep going.
I
Plus
like it.
it documents like the actual
Yep. It's
encounters, you know,
Mm-hmm.
which otherwise we'd probably lose. So you're at 148 and 165. So you're just leveling. So it's going to be a little bit before you do so again. However, interesting on proficiency. No, so you don't. You're all at +5 proficiency now.
Treathy gets really good spells next level. Next level is why Treathy switched to wizard.
So
To
is she
raise up.
going all out wizard now?
Yeah, just
Until
for OP spells.
nice.
Greater invisibility comes next
Yeah,
level.
I mean that's fantastic. What can you still cast from it? Or
yeah.
what are the limits?
I mean, you've had there's none. It's up until concentration is broken.
Wow.
But I think she gives it to Nulu, honestly. Like, it's just so effective to give him invisibility. It would be like, it's like selfish for her to keep it for herself, right?
Because he permanently crits at that point, right?
Yeah, right?
That's disgusting.
I mean, but no, he only crits in surprise, right?
Oh,
So
right.
Surprise is a very specific thing.
But he would get advantage constantly without even.
Well, yeah. Right. He wouldn't need his free initial sources of advantage, which he gets early for free, but he would just have them have advantage always.
So he could be off in the
and he'd be
on the
blurred.
side.
Right. He'd be blurred always effectively, right? Like or better. I don't know. Like I guess the same as blur.
Right. Yeah. Disadvantage to hit him.
Yeah. Yeah. So and Treathy could self cast it, right? In the shit, like she would do that instead of blur probably, unless she was low on slots. But she's got more slots than she needs because of her multi-class nature, where she has slots above what she can cast. She has level 5 slots and hasn't learned level 3 spells yet.
Right.
Or level 4 spells rather. She has 3s. So she's got a lot of slots to blow. Arcane Eye is a good high-end divination spell that can recover a SL3 spell. A slot, right? So it's like, I don't need to long rest as much.
Does that link work for you that I just pasted, or does that give you an error?
Let me see. On total encounter, deadly. Gray render.
So you can see it. So that should be incredibly hard, and it really wasn't. Like, it was nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think one of them got a hit on one.
No, we took 2 hits. Herthy and Hugni got hit.
But
and we didn't even optimize it, right? Like, we didn't even do it perfectly.
You were intentionally holding back because you were saving, I think.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem like we need to blow a slow or a bless or whatever.
Yep. Well, also RP-wise, you knew that there was one. So blowing a bless at that point would feel wasteful, especially since you saw it already getting carved up. So.
Right. And the first one only got 2 attacks, which definitely informed, like, it was a blessing to see what it could do. Now, I didn't realize they also had a 3rd attack within 5.
Right.
But I underestimated the threat based on that and decided to just not expend resources.
But yeah, those were supposed to be more difficult. They hit hard, but they, I missed. The only thing I missed was one reaction. There was one time where it had gotten hit that I did not take advantage of its bloody rampage feature, and I got to keep an eye on that sort of stuff.
And the gray render takes damage. It makes 1 melee attack.
I mean, I did it multiple times, but there was one round where I didn't pull it off.
Yep.
But that wouldn't have changed anything. It would have
Yeah.
maybe done a little more damage, but probably not.
Right.
You guys
Right.
are really hard to hit. But yeah, that's supposed to be a tough fight. And the funny part, like, in playing orcs, DMing orcs, I would never throw a deadly encounter because it would be deadly. Whereas you guys, like, this is so far beyond the threshold of deadly too. That's the other part that's fucked up. So if I go to, I wonder, I can share my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me do that. Screen. Go live. All right. So average party level 14.5 is what you guys are. Random shit is what we'll call it. And then we're going to find some tough stuff like a gray. Yeah. Okay. So one of them should be easy. Two of them should be deadly.
Yeah.
3 of them should be deadly. Like,
Right.
3 of them was not deadly. And
They
like
they didn't all attack together, right?
They did not. Nope.
We kind of got them max of 2 at a time effectively because they didn't all hit us at
Surprise.
once, right?
You had a whole surprise round, which for you guys is just
And that's the thing. The difference between 2 and 3 is like being able to clear or like being able to just get one solo and just pack tactics it.
Right.
And then because we want to focus them down. Like if you brought them in one at a time, it would have been, even less of a fight. Or 4 of them one at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely like the parallel aspect, the action economy aspect, right?
I think had I added a 4th. So you found the one sleeping at the bottom. You
Right.
started
And if
to
3
engage
others
it,
jumped
and
in,
3
that
of them
would have
jumped
been,
in. Might
that
have been
would have
different.
been,
Would have
oh,
been
shit.
harder.
Yep.
Yeah. You still would have beat it. There's no
Right.
question.
It wasn't
But
going to kill us.
somebody would have taken a little more heat, I think. But like even the other one that I did, which so those are custom. They're pseudo custom. The gnomes. So I built them. Gnomish elite militia. They're CR9, so they aren't that tough. But 3 of them should be deadly, plus the mage. And the mage you just killed before it could do anything except get the gnome militia in. So, yeah, I don't know. Pack tactics on them is fantastic, but
It's just humiliating. It's just offensive.
well, I thought it
Which
was
is
kind of
great.
fun because
It's
it's
no,
like
it is.
the
It's
balance to, and your rival races, like it's
right.
It's great.
They
that
shouldn't
people
have that. It's an abomination that they have it.
So I got that from something different. I didn't even like, I didn't devise that. There's let me find it. NPC generator. Oh no, there it is. RPG Tinker. What do you see now? Do you see the same thing?
Yep. The Ankron Urkal Minstrel.
Okay. Oh, so you do see this? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So here is a militia, and we'll just say build that NPC, and they get this strength in numbers thing, which is pack tactics.
Right.
So I found this, and I'm like, okay, I built like gnome militia through this tool. This gave it a CR like 5, but I added the whole lightning javelin thing because I thought that was cool. Like I had javelins, but I'm like, okay, how can we make these javelins more interesting? And so yeah, their default CR is 4, but not with those javelins. Those javelins are fucking 6, so they end up being CR9. But I think that adds a bunch of personality.
How do you get to the?
So
9?
there's like Yeah, so I'll show you that too. And this is what I spend my Saturdays doing when I'm preparing for you guys.
Precisely calculating the optimal encounter that we.
Well, I'm
wreck.
trying to, and you wreck it every time, and I should know better. But then again, I've had ones where you guys definitely took a beating. So I can't really predict it. I'd say if fear's involved, you're fucked. If fear's involved, I should probably pay attention to the difficulty. Because that seems to be the one that gets you. Like when you guys faced off against those Wanti and they were fearing you, you guys almost died on that encounter. Somebody almost died on that encounter.
It's close.
CR.
As long as Herthy doesn't die. Herthy's the one we have to worry about dying.
Yeah. So then there's this tool, the CR calculator, and you tell it, you fill in all this stuff, and then you tell it what the average damage per round is. And with the lightning javelins, it's like, if you do all the math, it's like 70 damage per round, which is sick.
Right.
And so and this will estimate what their ultimate CR ends up being. So, variety of different tools for the custom stuff. I try not to do too much custom stuff because it takes a lot of time, but for some of them, it's necessary. Because you guys are so high level now, there's not only high level, but like I'd have to be throwing dragons at you every day. There's just not that much at that tier to challenge you, so I have to make stuff up. But yeah. Word.
All right. I'll talk to you
All right. Catch you.
later.